Hi, and well, here we start the final part of Braid, where we wrap up this wonderful little game here. And yeah, it's a really good game. You should check it out. It's got beautiful art style, beautiful music, and a story, which it's very subtle. It's not actually directly said, but it's woven in very nicely to the rest of the game. And that's pretty much all what I have to say about it. Now, you might notice just beforehand you saw these green books, which offer like extra pieces of the story, kind of like journal entries, and I will be showing them off in a separate non-commentary video. You know, just in case someone's searching on YouTube and they want to read the text, but they don't want to play through the game or whatever. Thought it might be an interesting little thing to do. Now, in this world, again, this game throws something new at you once more. And you can see here, in this world, things move backwards normally, and you rewind to make them go forward. But you can see here, I sort of have to kill these monsters to bring them back to life, and then they sort of go backwards through the cannon. You can see what's happening here. You don't need my explanation. And the scenery in this level, it's quite nice. It's dark bluish and very stormy. I guess it's the implication that something bad is gonna happen, or at least it's the final climax. Hey, maybe we'll face a serial killer on a rooftop, who knows. But yeah, again, that's something else really good I can say about this game. You know, even in the last world, it throws something new at you. Oh, an approaching cutscene here. I've got you now. Yeah, because you need me to read the text for you, of course. But yeah, that's our first glimpse at the princess in-game, I believe. And in a traditional manner, we have to go chase after him. Now, when I first played this, I was quite worried because it is quite intense. But once you realise you can rewind and try it again infinitely, it kind of doesn't really matter. It's not too difficult. But then again, that's not the point of this scene, and it does feel more like a scene than than a game or a level. And I mean that in a good way. But yeah, it tells a story. You can see here he's trying to rescue the princess, and the princess is trying to help him get through it by activating switches and the like. And yet, I still managed to go directly into one of those cannonballs. And something you might notice about the villain we just saw there and these monsters is that they share the same face, as well as the boss. Although something I can't help but notice is that, like, the monsters, the villain, and Tim are all redheads. And I'm pretty sure their faces are quite similar too. So, yeah, again, that's something you could interpret in a lot of different ways. Although you'll see what I mean when we finally get to the ending. But I don't think the princess was kidnapped by Tim or this. I'll make this game's story sound a bit more ambiguous than it really is, even though it is ambiguous. But nevertheless. You finally reach this section here, which I'm sure the architecture you can see at the top is a reference to the previous levels and all their different styles. And yeah, something else you might notice, this does actually look like a house. It's one of the few pieces of realistic architecture we've seen. My boy, they did live in a fancy house. It's one of those modern glass types on a cliff face. Quite glamorous, even if I do say so. And yeah, it's at this point you realise you're kind of stuck, so you have no choice but to rewind. And this is probably the most famous moment from this game, or it's the most memorable, when the truth is finally revealed. And yeah, you can see it now. This is really quite a mind-blowing moment. I really enjoyed it when I first played it. And you can see, from this perspective, Tim is chasing the princess, and she is laying down traps to to stop him. And yeah, this sort of it was really nicely done. It really was. It sort of like it showed you a sequence in forward motion or whatever, and then rewound it to give you a new perspective. It just blew my mind. Blew my mind. Well, I thought it really impressed me, to say the least. And it's actually quite a sad ending to the game, really. I will say, it kind of leaves you a bit empty at first. Depending on how you receive it. But yeah, it's kind of like Tim wasn't the good guy; he was the bad guy. And if you bother to read all the text, it does imply that the relationship was unhappy, and Tim made quite a few number of mistakes. So it didn't come out of nowhere. But yeah, it's kind of an odd game. If you're looking for a good guy saves the day, it's not the one you're looking for. And of course that line, I have you now, takes on a whole different context here. And the monster becomes more of a handsome prince. So yeah, again, I was talking about interpreting this scene. So did she run away with someone, I suppose? Or was it just whatever? And honestly, that's all I have to say about this game. And that's the ending. No final final battle scene. It's just that. Now, after the fight, you get this sort of what I call epilogue. I guess that makes sense, where you sort of go through these final books, and it sort of gives you more insight into what happens or how you can interpret it. And honestly, I don't have much to say after this point. So what I've done is I've just left in the sort of text boxes me reading them, and I'm not going to comment over them. I'll just let you read them if you want to. But another thing I should point out: some of these books have like hidden pieces of text. You need to move to certain places to activate, and I hope I got them all. I think I did, but if I missed one, I'm sorry. So with that, I'll just stop talking. Thanks for watching, and please join me again for other playthroughs. Hope you enjoyed it.